The 23rd of April, 2026. We need about 10 minutes of your time. I'm going to talk about three women that I've dated before. I'm going to talk about three women. Two of them, I'm going to say their names. One of them, I'm not going to say their name. The one that I'm going to say their name, y'all know my laws of names. I respect you. I don't say your name. I'm going to say this woman's name, even though I respect her. I just want to make sure people understand that she is a actual person. So I'm going to start it off like this. Crystal Holman, the woman that reached out to me last year on Valentine's Day with a "I missed you" text. I'm going to tell you the origins of Crystal Holman and I. I owned a house up in the Pocono Mountains, not realizing that the Pocono Mountains was a marriage. It was a family-oriented neighborhood. Chances of finding a single woman up in the Poconos, slim. I used to tutor Crystal L. Holman. One day we was talking, and I was talking to her about her boyfriend. When she was telling me about the things that her boyfriend was into, I said, "Wow, y'all not having sex then?" She was like, "Blah blah 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 blah." I said, "There's no way a man that does all that has a potent erection. It's just not. You're kidding yourself." Only for her to tell me, "Blah blah 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 blah." I used to kick him out the bed. I said, "Well, of course." I started telling her about your boy. She was intrigued. She came over one day, and after we got finished doing her work, she said, her whole aura changed. She said, "Now, you said blah 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 blah. I want you to show me." After I got done, she said, "Oh my God, you're a bit too much." Crystal Holman had a 35-inch chest, a 29-inch waist, and a massive 54-inch ass. However, for those that was here and seen a couple of interviews that we did, I used to tell her when she left the house, I need that ass bouncing. Put on them stretch pants, whatever. I want motherfuckers looking at that ass and then looking at me saying, "Oh yeah, he can handle all that." Crystal Holman. I dated another woman, Miss Aaliyah Jackson. She was a school teacher in the Newark school system. Aaliyah Jackson was 5'10", 5'11", and had more rolls than the Pillsbury Doughboy. I loved her to death, though. That was my baby. Aaliyah and I dated right when the movie Not Easily Broken came out. And I was going through the exact same thing with her mother. Her mother proceeded to always try to tell me how she used to run Aaliyah's boyfriends away. I remember one time we was at her grandmother passed away. We was at her funeral, and I seen one of Aaliyah's friends, and I said while at a table with her mother that weekend, I said, "Did you see the stress leaking off your friend?" And her mother was like, "Wasn't nothing wrong with her. I didn't see anything wrong with her. I don't know what you saw, but nothing was wrong with her." 2 days later, her friend calls her up and said, that Monday, calls her up and said, "I didn't have a good day today." When she said why, she said, "I didn't mean to tell you, but my husband had a man outside a child outside the marriage, and we went to child support today. I have to take my documents. I had to take my documents down to child support today." My response to it was, "And you didn't see that. That was your friend. You didn't see the stress she was going through. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. But when I said it, your mom and you said." One thing about Aaliyah Jackson and Crystal Holman, we've had conversations from start to finish with resolution. I dated another individual. The late Corey Burrell, I was telling him about her. And the late Corey Burrell, my friend, the reason why I moved down here to Virginia, he said, and I quote, Damn, Smitty, where's her arrogance coming from? I have a friend of mine that when I told him her name, he was like, is her father named XYZ? Yeah, I used to work with her father. My friend told me her father was like that. So I knew where her arrogance came from, so it didn't bother me. People, when you understand people and when you love somebody, you understand the origins of them, and that makes and helps you love them. This person didn't care about what Atiya LaShawn Bradley did to me. She never spoke to me about it. Never gave me one word of support. Crystal gave me support. Aaliyah gave me support. I don't understand why women do that, et cetera, et cetera. But this woman never said anything. This woman also said, now, I will never say nothing bad about a black woman. This woman also said, I was the head of the We Don't Need a Man Club. And I said, let me guess. One of your friends got into a relationship and had a baby, and the other one got into a relationship, and you were the only one left. Yeah, right. Because everybody wasn't buying into the bullshit that you were selling, but you. It's amazing how I seen a video today that said that women, black women, are easily bamboozled. That is dead on. But I want to tell y'all something. Again, that Aaliyah never said and Crystal never said, but this last woman did. I told you that Aaliyah and Crystal, every time we spoke, we got resolution. The last one, we never spoke about nothing. We just spoke about phrases that she said. We had a falling out one time when I said I was going to I hired an assistant. I was told, you don't understand when women want to fuck you or not. It got ugly. I called the cops for her to leave my house. But with this one, we never get resolution because she said this a couple of times. I really don't care. People, I'm going to tell you something when a woman says, I don't care. I don't care is saying, fuck you. I don't care is like, fuck you. Why are we talking about this anyway? I don't care. I don't care. So I'm here today to tell y'all on this 23rd of April, 2026. Two things. My friend and I was talking about this individual. Today is Thursday. We was talking about it Tuesday. And I said, brother, there's just nothing there. Because he's rooting for us. So I had to trump him with this perspective. I said, you always tell me she's like her father. Yet she herself tells me I'm a lot like her father. And there's no type of concern about having a man. Something happened to this individual. She's not telling me about it. But she don't want a man. Don't give two fucks about a man. So I told my man Calvin this. I said, you are just like your father, and you got married. I am exactly like my father, and I yearned for a wife. How come if she has arrogance like her father, but was, as she said it, I was a captain of the We Don't Need a Man Club. Women that don't need a man, it's mental. Because there's other things to say in life that you don't need, but they taunt and put on display the one thing they don't need or want are men. All the women that I follow on social media, the black women that I follow on social media, we exchange each other videos, and I learn a lot from them from these type of women. So I'm here today to tell y'all this. There are certain levels and stages that you're going to go through in life. And if you meet somebody that only listens to their boss, only cares about what their boss say, they have no identity with them other than their job. Allow them to just bask in the glory of that life and just let them be. Just let them be. Because if you've known somebody for 10 years and nothing has kicked off, the last thing you said to them was, we should live together, so we should understand, and never said nothing. Never even, you had a date and they canceled the date and telling you, well, this, I know you're going to say something about the sisterhood, and they never rescheduled. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. I don't hate nobody, but I know who wants love and who don't. Leave your comments below.